Greetings to all my relatives. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your time to listen to this message. We need to talk about what it means to look native. We've covered this subject before, and social media is still on fire with people arguing and debating on this senseless topic. So let's talk about what it means to look native. A heart medicine message for the people. And the first thing I want you to do, I want you to take a breath with me. Place your hand on your chest, on your heart. Feel it beating. Feel that rhythm. That's your first drum, the heartbeat of your ancestors echoing through you. Now, listen, there's something we need to unlearn together, something that's been passed down not from my elders, but from colonizers. And that's this idea that you can look at someone and know who they are based on skin tone, features, or hair texture. Let's be honest, that's not our way. Somewhere along the path, many of us started believing that indigeneity is about how someone looks on the outside, as if the sacred memory of our people could ever be reduced to a box on a form, or a skin tone, or a nose shape. As if Creator made us all look the same, as if survival hasn't woven complexity into our bloodlines, as if the land hasn't witnessed our transformation in real time. But we know better. Deep down, we remember better. On the East Coast, especially amongst Eastern Woodlands nations, we've always been diverse in appearance. That's our truth. That's our legacy. Some of us look like what society calls black. Some of us look like what presents as white. Some of us look mixed because we are. Some of us defy every category, and we should. We've been braided through centuries of resistance, migration, captivity, and survival. That braiding didn't erase us, it reshaped us. Not one of us is here by accident. We are living testaments to what it means to adapt, to love across boundaries, to carry stories across time in our bodies. So, no, indigeneity is not a skin tone, it's not a phenotype, it's not a trend, it's not a percentage either, and it's not federally defined. It is a sacred inheritance, and it lives in how you walk, in how you speak to the land, how you remember, how you listen, how you carry your people in your soul. Are you a water protector? Are you protecting the land? Are you speaking up for injustices for the people? These are the things that matter. We don't all look the same, and we were never meant to. Creator is not limited to nature, and nature doesn't repeat itself. Well, why should we? The truth is, colonization taught us to police one another's identities. It taught us to gatekeep each other out of fear, out of trauma, and internalized shame. It taught us to protect the few scraps of recognition we were handed, as if there wasn't enough room at the fire for all of our relations. But here's the truth: the fire still remembers. Our diversity is not a threat, it's a medicine. Let that resonate with you. Our diversity is not a threat, it is a medicine. Some of us carry more melanin, and that melanin has power. Some of us carry lighter skin, and that skin is still ancient. Some of us were raised in ceremony, others are just returning, but all of us are called to remember. To remember that being indigenous isn't about being seen, it's about seeing. Seeing the earth as kin, seeing each other with soft eyes, seeing our ancestors in each other's breath. That is the work of the heart, your heart chakra. That is the work of the good mind. That's the work of healing the wounds of colonization left behind in our families, our tribes, our communities, and in our own self perception. We don't have to keep reenacting the harm that was done to us. We don't have to keep proving ourselves. We don't have to keep playing games of purity or paperwork to feel worthy. You are worthy. You are sacred and you are enough. Let that settle in your chest. Let it expand and let it ripple out to every child who's ever been told they weren't native enough because of how they looked. Let it soothe every adult who still wonders if they belong. Let it be the medicine for all of us to call ourselves home. We are all returning, some by blood, some by adoption of spirit, some by memory, reawakened. But we are all part of this sacred circle, and the circle has always been big enough for all of us. So next time you find yourself wondering if someone looks native, pause and instead ask yourself, do they walk in a good way? Do they honor the land? Do they love their people? Do they carry the teachings forward? These are the things that really matter. These are the things that matter to people who still carry and believe and practice and walk in the traditional ways. Because indigeneity is not a look, it's a vibration, it's a relationship, it's a remembering, and most of all, it's a return to truth, to land, and to each other. I see you, I honor you, and I walk beside you. Natoa, I see the Creator in you. Let's keep coming home together. This message was made with no background music, no slideshow pictures, or anything outside of the message. I hope this message resonates with you and touches your heart, your mind, your spirit, and your soul. It's time to stop fighting, and it's time to close this gap of this great divide that we see in this country with everyone arguing and fighting and debating over things that really does not matter. See, when folks say, I don't look native, what they're really saying is, I've been trained to believe natives look a certain way, usually according to Hollywood, federal roles, or colonial records. And that right there is the root of the problem. Let me be clear. On the East Coast, especially in the Southeast, where I come from, we don't all look the same. We never have. We come in a wide spectrum of appearances, like I mentioned earlier. I want this to be a teaching moment because these assumptions, they don't just hurt people, they hurt all of us. They create division where we need unity. They uphold white supremacy and settler logic while pretending to be about authenticity. If we're going to reclaim who we are as Eastern Indigenous peoples, we've got to stop policing each other based on skin tone and these other colonial things that we have adopted and internalized and now perpetuate. That is not the good mind. That is not the way of our ancestors. Let me also remind you, the medicine wheel includes the black direction, the white direction, the red and the yellow, all of our relations. But some of you out there want to keep that wheel as wall art, not as living truth. If you can't accept that some of your own people carry African or European blood, you're not living the teachings. You're decorating with them. So I hope this message really hits home and touches your heart. And instead of this message of love and unity and respect, instead of it bringing us together, people finding some way to turn this into a negative. Don't let that happen. This is not that type of a message. This is about unity and love. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon. Yahweh, Wana. The most colonized thing we can do is turn around and say someone isn't native because of their melanin or because they don't fit a federal checkbox.